was
Awesome,
good.
Malcolm. Thank you so much, man. This is Cyrus from Attack the Culture, covering hip hop from all angles, man. So thank you. I know you only got about 3,000 more interviews to do today, man. So I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Listen,
Appreciate
man,
the
I
interview.
gotta ask. There's so many things to throw at you in such a limited amount of time, but I gotta ask you, man. We've seen you in the '80s with Snowfall. We've seen you in the '90s with Raising Kanan. Are we going to the '70s or 2000s next, man? I feel like someone was lining up next. '70s or 2000s?
God willing, man. God willing. There's some things I got in the works. There's a movie called Intercepted I wrote with the late John Singleton, meant to direct, rest in peace. And now hopefully I'll be directing, that Drake is producing, that is based on a story of a football player named Daryl Henley that's set in the mid to late 90s. So I'm getting closer to the 2000s.
Listen, man, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to say, Malcolm, you've been doing this for a long. You've been doing this for a long time, man. Because everyone sees like the youthfulness of you, but like if they look at that Wikipedia, you got history, man.
Thank you.
So and you got bars too, which we'll talk about in a moment. But season 2, man, have you been able to exhale? Because before we even got to season 1, we had the big renewal, so you knew that you couldn't relax too long. We knew that boom, we're gonna start shooting immediately, right? Now with season 2 finally right here for the world to see. Can you exhale a little bit or no?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think we've been blessed enough to know what's happening and what's coming and what's next. So I've always honestly, I ain't never really held my breath. I was just telling somebody else that like, bro, this life ain't promised. So like, I'm just glad to be on a really good ship. So I've been blessed. I ain't never had to like, I don't stress about shit. You feel me? This is more money than I'm supposed to have anyway.
Big facts, man. Yo, and I gotta ask you, how dope is it with your character Lulu, man? Because obviously people who know about your background, you're a musician and whatnot. You just put out that EP not too long ago. So to kind of break that role, rub elbows with Quincy, man. You might have picked up a couple Diddy gems here or there, man.
Right.
Lulu's transition into this role, because now it's getting a lot more serious. We know Rock isn't too excited about that necessarily.
Right. Yeah. No. I luckily, funny enough, Diddy tried to sign me. He was one of the first people that tried to sign me. Yeah, Diddy. Yeah. So it's so funny because this character, I pulled a lot from his characterization. Like people don't know Diddy was really out here, bro. Like Diddy was really in the street like that. You feel me? Like he wasn't necessarily like but he was in that thing. So having that kind of dual lifestyle that we all know Diddy lived was kind of an inspiration.
Gotcha. And really just one or two more things I want to throw at you. You mentioned John Singleton. I know we're focusing on Power, but I just want to say, with what you did in Snowfall and being able to share that time with the legend. And then obviously going to the whole Power universe with Courtney, Kemp, Sascha, Penn. Just talk about just as you evolved as a writer, as a director, filmmaker, just all those influences shaping your career as you continue to evolve.
Yeah, 100% they shape. I mean, because everybody's different and you pull something different from everybody. With John, you pull the idea that you want people to physically respond to the nature of what you're creating. That's what John was great at. You could go in a movie theater, you'll hear a physical, audible response. And the funny thing, it was Courtney has cliffhangers. So one thing that she's an expert at is keeping people on the tit is all I know. I can't say a better word. Apologize. Just keeping people on the tit. Like we want some more information. And then Sascha is just the idea of him being so, his whole life is writing this thing. He puts his everything into every page, every moment, and caring that much about something will only breed success, which is why I think we're one of the, I'm going to say it, the best show in the series and probably one of the best shows on television, despite what the Emmy say or anybody else say.
Gotcha. I will let you go, man. But final thing real quick is, can we just celebrate the fact rappers can actually act? Joey Badass, we see you as a musician, man, killing it on screen. Just on the final note, rappers are finally really getting their just due, finally.
Yeah. We've always been doing that, man. Pac was a thespian. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J, he was out here doing, like, LL is one of the biggest, actually, funny enough, right? Jamie Foxx is one of the biggest entertainers. He's one of the best people to ever do it. Like, this is a normal thing. Frank Sinatra, everybody, like, this is what we do. So I'm glad that they respecting it with hip hop now, not just, classical singers. So yeah.
Double M, it's a pleasure, man. Celebration time. I can't wait to announce renewal for season 3, man. Congrats, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate you. Check out that Red Flags EP. Do your thing.
Let's go. Thank you, everybody.